Okay, hello, this is Mr. Robinson, and I'm going to be showing you today some very basic skills in Microsoft Excel. First thing to realize is that what we're doing here is in Excel is we're creating a spreadsheet. And in a spreadsheet you have columns which go up and down, and those are represented by letters. And you also have rows that are represented by numbers going across. So each little box is going to be a cell. We call that a cell, and each cell has an address. In this case it would be J8 because it's column J and row 8, and you can see J8 up here as well. And that's going to be important when you're doing formulas. You're going to need to know how to name various cells, or how various cells are named. What I've done here is I've created a really simple example that we're going to go through very quickly. This is basically just a profit-loss statement for a little concert. Up here you'll notice I have an income section, over here is an expense section, and right here is a summary section to calculate the net profit or loss, basically how much money we made or lost in this concert. One thing you'll notice sometimes is that your columns will be too narrow, like they are right here, and a column will be cut off. If that happens, just move your cursor up to the top in between two different columns and drag it over as wide as you need it to be. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and center these items here, and I should have centered those too. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some numbers. Let's say we sold 300 tickets, and let's say each ticket cost 4.5 pounds. For 4.5 pounds, I'm not going to write out 4.5 pounds. I'm just going to put in 4.5 or 4.5 as a decimal, and then I'll convert that later, or I'll format that into currency later. In order to convert, or in order to format this for currency, I'm going to highlight the 4.5, and I'm also going to highlight the cell underneath the total column, because that's going to be in money as well. That's going to be currency. I'm not going to highlight the 300 because that's not a currency. It's not in pounds. It's just a number. So I'm going to highlight these two. I'm going to go up to the little dollar sign and click the little arrow next to it, and I'm going to choose English pounds. And that's going to convert it into pounds. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to calculate the total amount of income we received from tickets. So that number would be 300 times 4.5 pounds. So I guess I could put it on a calculator and then type it in, but we don't want to do that. We're going to put in a formula. In any formula you want to put an equal sign first, and then you select one cell. In this case I'm going to multiply, so I'm going to use the little star here, Shift 8, little asterisk, and then click on the next one and hit enter, and there's our total. You'll notice that if that number changes, let's say I have 250 tickets sold instead of 300, it will automatically update in my total box, which is an advantage of a formula. For expenses, let's just make up a few expenses here. Once again, I'm going to need to highlight all of these and format these for currency, just as I did before. And I probably want to center those as well. Okay, now for the total this time, the easiest way to calculate a sum, or to add a bunch of numbers, is to go up to auto sum right here. So I make sure my cursor is in the total box, I click auto sum, and I just make sure I highlight all the things that I want to add and hit enter. Once again, you'll notice if those numbers change, when I type them in, type in the new numbers, it'll automatically update the total. Now you'll notice with this one it has these little number signs. That's because I need to move it over a little bit. So okay, so now quickly I'm going to do my summary. All I need to do is put in equals and the cell for total income. Then I need to do equals and the cell for total expenses, and I'm just going to go equals this cell minus this cell, and there is my net profit and loss. Okay, there's our first Excel basics video for you. Thanks.